Hi, this is Joe with another. Excuse me, I took the camera. This is Joe again with another video. Well, it's not a review. This time it's going to be a commentary this time. And this is a video that I'm looking forward to doing for a very, very long time. As you can tell, obviously I'm a huge Mets fan, and this is less than 24 hours after the Baseball Hall of 2016 Baseball Hall of Fame vote. Of course, I'm very excited about till most people know the news already. But I'm going to do a video on this, and this, of course, the big news is that Mike Piazza has finally been elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame, along with Ken Griffey Jr. And I'm going to start with Ken Griffey Jr. first, because the main topic is going to be with Piazza. Ken Griffey Jr., of course, also has been elected on his first time on the ballot. And for your fans out there wondering, he is going to represent the Seattle Mariners on his Hall of Fame plaque when he gets inducted on July 24th in Cooperstown, New York. And of course, this guy really, Ken Griffey Jr. really does deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. He hit 630 home runs, and surprisingly, he did not get lumped in with Piazza with the steroid thing, which I'm going to get into in a minute. Well, thank you. Of course, the big story with Ken Griffey Jr. is that he broke Tom Seaver's record for the highest percentage ever for the Hall of Fame vote. It was like 99.3% of the vote. He was named on 437 and 440 ballots casted for the 2016 Hall of Fame vote. And the three people who voted for him are three of the biggest assholes, I have to say it. It's because they're probably thinking, and actually, at the time doing this video, I don't know who the three are, and I'm not going to give them, and if I did know their names, I'm not going to give them any more publicity, because they're probably under the belief that, hey, it's just Babe Ruth didn't get 100% of the ballot, or Walter Johnson, or Mickey Mantle, or any of these other guys, and I'm talking with a huge names on the ballot, they didn't get 100% of the vote. No one should. And I don't think Ken Griffey Jr. should. So that's probably the reason why. They want to keep that track record going. It's like nobody's ever got 100% on the ballot, and it's going to stay that way. But Griffey does deserve to get at least the high percentage as he's received. And congratulations to him. Congratulations to the fans of the Seattle Mariners who grew up watching Ken Griffey Jr. And of course, also want to acknowledge the Cincinnati Reds fans who also saw him play. I haven't seen him play only once because he spent most of his time in American League. Saw him play once for Cincinnati, and he did hit a home run in that game. So I'm glad to see that he saw a future Hall of. He was already a future Hall of Famer then, hitting a home run in a game. Unfortunately, he didn't actually see it because I already left the game by had my radio with the headphones, and I heard him hit a home run. So it does count. I do count it. So I'm glad he got in it. Now, of course, the main topic I'm doing for this video is, of course, talking about Mike Piazza. This guy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and yes, it's also official with him as well. Because on the day of doing this video, which is Thursday, January 7th, the day after the voting was announced, that Mike Piazza is representing the Mets in the Hall of Fame, making him the second player ever, or second inductee, to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame, representing the New York Mets. Of course, the other one, of course, being Tom Seaver, which is another outrage for another day. Because I knew in the back of my mind that if Piazza ever would get in to the Hall of Fame, he would be representing the Mets. Probably would do another video on that maybe sometime down the line. But the reason why he's representing the Mets is, of course, he played for a long time here. He, of course, hit the famous home run, which of course everybody's going to focus on. The first, which unfortunately Ken Burns, the self-hating white guy who made the baseball documentary where he did the tenth inning, talking about 9/11. He did not, under any circumstances, mention the New York Mets were the first team to play a game, a professional sporting event in New York City after the 9/11 attacks. And I think the whole game was on YouTube. Unfortunately, I did not see the game live because of it was on cable and didn't have it was those years where I didn't have cable. It was part of the 10 years where I didn't have cable TV, which is another story for another time. Piazza hit a home run in the bottom of the eighth inning to put the Mets ahead, 3-2, eventually winning the game for the Mets. And that home run, uh, relieved the city's angst after the terrorist attack on 9/11. So that's for that moment. I think it's why the Baseball Hall of Fame is putting him in as a Met. Not only that, but he had most of his home runs with the Mets. He had like 220 home runs here. The only two times he played in the playoffs was here. The only time he went to the World Series was in New York. So of course, back in 2000, of course, most of his famous moments were in the Met uniform and not in the Dodger uniform. He did have his highest batting average as a Dodger. He won Rookie of the Year in 1993 in the Dodger uniform. He won all these Silver Slugger awards. Plus, he also broke the record for the most home runs as a catcher in New York. So, of course, most of the moments in his career took place here. At least the biggest highlights. Of course, also infamous. He got beamed in the head by Roger Clemens in a regular season interleague game in July 2000. And ironically, 3 months later, a little more, or slightly more than 3 months later, in October of 2000, during the Subway World Series, Clemens threw the bat out. And of course, this is a part of the one of the controversies that Mike Piazza, why he took so long for getting in the Hall of Fame. Of course, the main controversy is that he got lumped in. Well, I want to talk about the main controversy first. The main controversy was that Mike Piazza was lumped in with Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, Rafael Palmeiro, and Mark McGwire. The big five of the steroid guys. Which of course is absolutely no proof whatsoever that Piazza took steroids. I think he admitted in his book that came out, I think, like 2 years ago, The Long Shot. Even though I always wanted to get that book, but I never did. He admitted he took amphetamines, but I think he admitted that in his book. But in terms of steroids, he never touched the stuff. The reason why that story actually got started was in 2009, I think it was, Jeff Perlman's book about Roger Clemens. There was a whole chapter about the beating incident, and of course the incident in the 2000 World Series. Jeff Perlman pretty much said that Piazza was on steroids, and the reason for that is because he had acne on his back. I mean, that's all your evidence you have is they had acne on his back. I mean, a lot of people have acne on their backs. Um, and actually, I don't admit this, but actually, I had that. I had those on my back, but that's from sweat. How do you know those people, that acne on his back didn't come from sweating from wearing catching gear in 95-degree weather? You're never gonna prove that for sure because he had acne on his back. I mean that's all the evidence they had was he had acne on his back. The other reason was that other players said off the record they saw Piazza knows in quotes that Piazza was on steroids. I mean, how and the reason for that is because he was like a 61st or 162nd round draft pick. It was like drafted 1,360th player drafted or something by the Dodgers in 1988. How can a guy who was drafted that low do that well in major leagues? I mean, how many first round draft picks? Take it different. How many number one draft picks have are in the Baseball Hall of Fame? You can say one now, and that's Ken Griffey Jr. He's the only one now who was a number one draft pick who's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. So what does that mean? I mean, if you're a number one draft pick, you're a bust. Okay? It doesn't mean that because you're number one draft pick, you're going to have a Hall of Fame career. It's just bullshit. If you're automatically number one draft pick, you're going to have a great career. That's bullshit. There's also why, because how can a guy who was drafted as those Piazza have a Hall of Fame career? I mean, he had to be doing something. He had to be doing steroids. That's the main thing. Right? He got on the fourth year on the ballot. And that's Ken Griffey Jr. This is his first year on the ballot, and he got that high of a percentage. The other controversy that not too many people have been emphasizing on, because they're mostly emphasizing the PED use. Of course, well, let me step back a little bit with the PED thing. Bill Madden, who formerly used to write for the Daily News, and thank God he lost his job in the last year, because last year he also made a comment that players told him that off the record that Piazza was on steroids, and that he would never vote for Piazza for the Hall of Fame. Thankfully, he lost his job. And Bill Madden, fuck you. Fuck you, Bill Madden. Well, the other second controversy, which not like I said, like you just said, not many people focusing on, was this gay rumor, the stupid, idiotic gay rumor that took place, I think, in 2002, 2003. With the stupid gay rumor of Mike Piazza. I think this rumor, this gay rumor started when I think Piazza showed up at a charity thing, and with Sam Champion. Now, if those of you who don't know who Sam Champion is, at the time he was a local weatherman for a local ABC affiliate here in New York City, and he also was doing double duty. What I mean by that is he was also working as a weatherman for Good Morning America. Posts that he left both posts. He's not working for ABC TV here in New York anymore, or for Good Morning America. He's working, I think, now for the Weather Channel. Anyway, Sam Champion is openly gay. I'm not saying anything negative about his lifestyle. It's a gay lifestyle. I'm not complaining over that. But the fact is that because Sam Champion and Mike Piazza showed up, I think they showed up together or was at this charity thing together. Or at least they were there at the same time. People believed that Mike Piazza was gay or having an affair with Sam Champion, or a gay love affair. So that thing, of course, was just disputed and was just stupid gossip. It was just fake. It's not real. As a matter of fact, Mike Piazza is since then married to a former Playboy playmate, and they have I think at least two kids together. At least two daughters together. And I don't know if they ever had a third kid. I know he has at least two daughters. So that story was just fake, bullshit action, bullshit gossip, I should say. That's just simply wrong on every single level that people say that Mike Piazza was gay because he was in a charity function at the same time as Sam Champion, who was openly gay. I mean, that was just crap. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that what also helped hype the gay angle was the fact that during the infamous bat throwing incident with Roger Clemens in the 2000 World Series, Piazza didn't grab the broken bat and beat the shit out of Roger Clemens. I think that's the main reason why his teammate outfielder and pinch hitter Lenny Harris questioned, and I think Darryl Hamilton as well, questioned Piazza's sexuality and questioned his manhood, and to say, "What are you, a sissy that beat the shit out of Roger Clemens? What the hell's wrong with you?" So that also kind of helped hype the gay rumor. And also knowing that, but Piazza also had a habit, when he first came here as a man, he had a habit of dyeing his hair blonde during the off season. or because he had the nerve to dye his hair blonde, he's gay. I mean, come on. There's a bunch of crap. And the third thing that I felt that kept him out of Hall of Fame for the first 3 years when he was on the ballot uh, was because he most likely will represent this team right here, the Mets, because he had his best moments here and all the stuff they discussed already. Uh, that's the reason why I felt, because naturally they don't want to have any Major League Baseball does not want to recognize the New York Mets as a franchise. And if you want to see why, check out my video of the screwing of the New York Mets and go into further detail there. I'm not going to go into here because I went into detail, pretty good detail in that video. So check out my videos for the screwing of the New York Mets. From what I'm going into more details there. But for this case with Mike Piazza, it was ridiculous that only two players recognized in the Hall of Fame as a Met, because you have Hall of Fame, you have Roberto Alomar, Ricky Henderson, Pedro Martinez, Tom Glavine, Casey Stengel as the manager, George Weiss as the executive, you have Richie Ashburn, you have Duke Snider, you have Willie Mays, Yogi Berra, Nolan Ryan, Eddie Murray, Gary Carter, President Warren Spahn. I forgot about Warren Spahn. They were all, one time or another, wore a Met uniform, but unfortunately, because most of them were past their prime, especially the ones like Duke Snider, Willie Mays, and Warren Spahn, and of course, and Yogi Berra. Those guys in particular, they're like past their primes already by the time they were Mets, or wore a Met uniform. But guys like Ricky Henderson and Glavine, Glavine was also past his prime then. Alomar as well. They all wore, and of course Nolan Ryan and Tom Seaver were the only ones who actually came up as Mets originally for the minors. But only Tom Seaver was recognized as a Met because he was here longer. But I'm glad that finally a second player is recognized as a New York Met. I'm glad of that. It's about damn time. But I don't see another player down the line who's going to be recognized as a Met in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Because I don't see anybody in the near future, or guys who are currently playing on the Mets now, or former Mets, we can say maybe like Jeff Kent, maybe, going to be recognized as Mets in the Hall of Fame. Or Billy Wagner, because Billy Wagner was a Met for a couple of years. But I just don't see anybody down the line who's going to be recognized as a Met in the future in the Hall of Fame. So that's my review of video of the 2016 Hall of Fame class. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can also check out all of my videos not only on my YouTube channel, but also at rowdyc.com. That's all WDY, rowdyc.com. And all pages of the Rowdy Reviewer. Check out all of his content on his website there as well. Not just mine, but his content as well. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.